Hi, my name is Susan Lohman and I'm the Crochet Architect. Do you have trouble keeping track of the beginning and end of your rounds when you're crocheting a spiral? Well, I've got 2 tips to share with you today. So let's get started. I have the beginning of a spiral here. I have round 1 with 8 single crochets, and I'm ready to start round 2, but I need to keep track of the end of round 1 so I know where to work my last stitch on round 2. So one of the ways to do that is to insert a stitch marker in the top of the last stitch that's worked in the round. Then, when I work all the stitches in round 2 and I get to that last stitch, I can remove my stitch marker and work the last stitch or stitches in that round in the last stitch. Then I would reinsert my stitch marker into the new last stitch of the round that's just completed. The other way to keep track of your rounds, if you don't have a stitch marker, is just with a scrap of contrasting colored yarn, and we drape it between our last stitch and our first stitch. And we can start our round 2 with our increase here in the first stitch. We work right over that scrap of yarn, and we work all the stitches in this round until we get to our scrap of yarn. And I'll go ahead and work the stitches in this round, and I will meet you when I get to the end of the round. Okay, here I am at the end of round 2, and I have 1 more stitch left, and I know that's my last stitch because here's my yarn right after that stitch. So I can work my last 2 single crochet in the last stitch, and I'm finished with that round. Now, if I was working a project, I would count my stitches in that round to make sure I had the correct number before I proceed with the next round. But we'll assume that I have the correct number, and we will be able to start the next round by taking our scrap of yarn, and since it's on the back, we just drape it across to the front, and we can start our next stitch in the next stitch. It's that easy. And when you get to the end of the next round, you can drape it across to the back. So those are 2 ways to keep track of the beginning and the end of your round. And if you'd like a free pattern to work a simple project in a spiral, this is my Smiling Face Coaster pattern. It's a free download on my website, and the link is in the video description below. I hope you've enjoyed these tips on keeping track of the beginning and end of your rounds when you work in a spiral. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for watching, and happy spiral crocheting to all of you. So you think you can keep track of your rounds by counting the stitches and not marking the beginning and end? No way. You're going to get distracted just like me and lose count. What?
I was going to say some people